Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you for joining. My name is Joe. You're watching Shooting Gallery. Today, I'm fighting with the light, guys, so hopefully the lighting is going to be a little bit better. We're kind of continuing our apartment GAT lab gun room type deal. I just picked up this Frankfurt Arsenal Premier reloading bench from Brownells. Check them out. I'm going to have a link in the affiliates page. But today, we're going to be going over something I've been wanting to try for a long time. As you guys know, I'm really interested in reloading. I picked up this Lee Precision Load-All 2 shotgun press for 20 gauge shotgun shells. So we're going to show you guys how to actually install it onto your bench and hopefully get some knowledge on it. If you like this type of content, please make sure you subscribe down below. Before we get into all the installation and what you're going to need and all that good stuff, let's thank the sponsor of today's video. This video is proudly sponsored by Anderson Manufacturing. If you have ever wondered on building your own AR-15, Anderson Manufacturing is where it's at. With their affordable lower receivers, or if you want to buy a tricked out AR-15 like the Anderson Frontline, which we've proudly showed here on the channel, they got you covered. They are an American-made business right in Hebron, Kentucky, built in the US, great customer service, and they have a quality product. If you want to get into AR-15 building or just get into AR-15s, Anderson is where you want to go. Thank you, Anderson Manufacturing, for sponsoring today's video. Big shout out to Anderson Manufacturing for sponsoring today's video. This is going to be awesome. I know right now I'm wearing a separate shirt because when I originally filmed this, I realized I didn't have all the things I needed. So today we're going to be going over how to install your Lee Load-All 2 shotgun reloading press. I finally picked up, like I said in the beginning of the video, a Forester or Frankfurt Arsenal Premier reloading bench for the GAT lab. We're going to show you how to install it. We don't have any components yet, but I figured this might be a good video to help some new people that are getting into reloading on how to install some of their presses. I'm going to have some of the tools here that we need to install it, and let's get right into it. Let's get down to the bench and get to installing this press. Now the good thing about the Lee Load-All 2 is now it used to come like fully disassembled where you couldn't have the hopper or anything like that. When I got this over from Brownells, again, I'm going to leave a link in the description if you want to pick one of these up. They are super affordable. This is set up for 20 gauge shot shells, but you can get conversion kits for 12 gauge and I believe 16 gauge as well. Luckily, this comes with pretty much all of the equipment that you need to install the press. I'm going to go over some other stuff, but this is how it comes. If you depending on the age of the press you get, you might have to put a mainspring in this silver pole right here, allow it to go up and down and resend. But other than that, it's really not that complex. You got to drill a couple holes in your bench to make sure it's secure. I have the drill bits that I'm going to leave in the description so you can figure out what size you need and all that stuff. But all you're going to need for this installation is a drill. You're going to need a 1/8 inch drill bit. You're going to need the provided screws, and that's pretty much it, but we're going to get right into it now. Alright guys, so hopefully the lighting is okay and sufficient enough in here. I'm trying to do the best with what I got. But we're going to go ahead, so when you're going to put your press onto the bench, you want to make sure it's kind of as close to the front or the lip of the bench as possible. So you got to think you're going to be sitting down here. You don't want to be over-exerting. The good thing about this Premier bench from Frankfurt Arsenal, again, I picked this up over at Brownells as well. I have enough room to where I'm actually going to be able to install my rock chucker from RCBS on the other side, so I have two presses on one bench. It's modular, easy to take down. Cool. So you're gonna take your drill, and I got a Milwaukee 1/8 inch drill bit. We're gonna start setting the holes. We're not gonna drill through because it's gonna be hard and all cattywampus. You wanna make it as even as possible. So you have two screws here, which they actually do provide your 1/8 inch screws. They're flathead, so I got a flathead drill bit as well. And they come with these washers that drill in to the bottom of the bench. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna start the three holes. So actually what we're gonna do is this. To make it a little bit easier when you are getting ready to drill the holes, instead of trying to angle the starter hole or do anything like that, get a starter pick You can get this over at Harbor Freight. This is a old hook set of picks that Harbor Freight sells. We're just doing it to tap the wood so we have an indication point. Take a brass hammer, go ahead and just, there's one in the center, 2, 3. All right, cool. Let's see, and I don't know how well you can tell on the camera, but 1, 2, 3. There we go. So we're gonna put that together. Take your drill. Always gotta do that. Always. All right. So we're gonna go in. Go ahead, start drilling. And just like that, you drill the holes. Also, I do want to make this clear, guys. It is not a 1/8 inch drill bit. It's actually about a 1/2 inch. I thought it was 1/8 inch, but it was actually a 1/2 inch. I went to go drill it and I got the size wrong. So that's my bad on that. But once you get everything all squared away, you want to be able to, one, you're going to wipe this off, and I suggest you have a trash can handy. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to have to vacuum up this place like a mofo, which it's all good. All good. Now, let's go ahead and get the press in the right position. And if we did our job right, all right, perfect. There. I'm going to take the other mounting screw, pop that right there. Come on, go in your hole. Happy Gilmore reference that evades me. All right, cool. We got that, and let me get a flathead screwdriver. All right, guys, you want to take that flathead screwdriver, the small one, and you want to make sure you get it in the hole. No pun intended. And you just want to get your flathead, screw that bitch in. The reason I'm using a screwdriver is because my drill bit and my cordless drill will not fit here. So we're going to make sure that's all tightened down. Hand tight, all right, good and tight. Now, from here, you're going to take your lock nut washer that has little prongs that go into the bottom of the press, and you don't want to screw those in. All right, got those started there. All right, start the thread there. Wait till it connects with the bottom of the bench. All right, cool. So, let's try it. You can feel the bottom washer that's supposed to lock into the bench move. Takes a little bit longer with a screwdriver, but it does its job. Right now, next one. Trying to make sure I get this on camera perfectly, so my arm's not in the way or any of that. These presses are not that hard to set up, so the good thing is, guys, as long as you know, okay, the right length and the depth of your bench to make sure that the mounting screws go through, you're pretty much going to be good. A cordless drill and the right size drill bit, like I said, it's a 1/2 inch, not a 1/8. You should be good to go. Good, that's good. Alrighty. Alright, that ain't going anywhere. So, let's finish up the final assembly of this press and we'll close the video out. So from here, once you get the press pretty much installed onto your bench, there's only a couple more small things you got to be aware of. Now, you're going to get a little tray in your Lee Loadout kit that has your filler funnels and all that stuff that go into this. So if you ever want to change out, say, the size of shot or the powder, you want to just take these 2 front screws off, pop that out, and there you go. Make sure the hoppers are empty as well. But in here, you're gonna have a couple more things. And now all you're gonna need, so from here, this is your size, your resizing and decapping station, your priming station. From here, you place, this is meant for, special wads and stuff like that. And you wanna make sure that you have the right amount of, this thing right here, you get an extra wad guide, and this is where you can put your powder. Then from there, you put the wad in, move over, shot. From here, you have your first initial crimp. If you have, depending on the values of your shot shell, there's gonna be either an 8-point or a 6-point. The back point is for the 6, the front is for the 8. Then you have your final crimp station. That's pretty much it. You have your sizing ring that you put over the shot shell. And you have this little gate that we're going to install right here. Now, if you're into the 3D printing world, right here, where this little silver plate goes, that actually holds all of your deprimed casings or hulls. On Thingiverse, which I'm going to print once I get all my components together, there's a little 3D printed cup that you can put in there so you don't have to have, loose primers all over the place. Now, from here, you're going to want to put your priming station in. Now, I'm gonna go right here. You want to go like this, pop this here. You're gonna have that little bolt spring in red cap. You put it up like this, you put the primer in here, so when you come down, you're able to reprime your hull. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. That's how you set up your Lee Loadout kit. Let's go ahead and close this video out. Alright guys, that concludes today's video. Please make sure, if you want to get into shotgun reloading, this is probably one of the most affordable presses out on the market. Head over to my friends over at Brownells where I picked this up. You can actually save you can save 10% off $150 or more with code BLP10. Big thanks to Brownells. You can get, they always have reloading sales going on. You want to make sure you follow their hazmat free sales because we all know shipping is a pain in the rear. But I'm excited to start shot reloading. I'm excited to actually also use this Frankfurt Arsenal Premier reloading bench. I think the fact that I can probably fit 2 presses and me living in an apartment in this GAT lab, it's going to work out just great. Super simple to install. If you have any questions or if you want to comment on today's video or have some experience with the Lee Loadout, shoot that down in the comments. Make sure you are subscribed and stay safe, stay shooting everybody. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.